we're talking to Gill Richard with SecurX about a church security management software. Gill, how are you doing today?
Good, Matt. Thank you for having me.
Very glad to have you. Very glad to have you as one of our affiliate members. So could you tell me a little bit about SecurX? Basically, what is it? What does it do?
Sure. SecurX is an application that I purchased a few years back. It's been around for about 12 years, and it is specifically for volunteer-led church security teams. I only serve churches, it is for administrators of security teams so that they can quickly manage their people, the events that they cover throughout the week, and all of the training and qualifications that go along with managing a security team.
So it keeps track of training and qualifications. Can you tell us just a little bit about why that's beneficial?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you first get into SecurX, it's there's a calendar. It looks very much like maybe another volunteer management system that you might be familiar with. However, all of those systems don't allow you to take into consideration the training and qualifications of your people. So if you have people on your team who are medical certified, you may want to put them in particular positions on a Sunday morning, for example. You may have handgun qualifications that you're tracking. There's certainly a legal sort of impact of that, making sure that your church security team is covered from a liability perspective. So again, putting the right people in the right positions for an event. It could be a Sunday morning. It could be anything during the week. I volunteer at a church, and we probably have over a dozen events every week. We're a multi-site church, and so we manage all of the events for all of our campuses. And all of the people and their qualifications through SecurX.
So whether it's a small church or a mega church, it seems like this fits a need to help security leaders manage their team better.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we've got all types of churches. So, a lot of single site churches with, relatively small teams of, 20 or fewer people. And then I've got quite a few churches who are, have over 100 team members, again, across multiple campuses. So we started out just serving one campus with one church. And then from there, we grew and added features to the product so that it would support multi-site. And again, it's a pretty flexible piece of software for any size team.
So if I'm a security team leader, how would I interact with SecurX? How would I use it to help manage my team? Like what kind of features might be helpful to me?
Great question. So I think the first thing I'd say is it's really for volunteer-led church security teams. I probably didn't make that point clear enough at first, but if you've got security guards, a security service that you use, or maybe off-duty police officers or something like that, some of the features in SecurX may not be as beneficial, but for volunteer-led security teams, it's a great tool for, again, the most common, the main feature of the product is, again, managing your events. So on a Sunday morning, for example, you may have 10 or 12 people manning different parts of the campus. It may be important that certain people have certain qualifications for certain positions. So again, in our example, my experience, we always want armed people to be with our pastor. We want armed people in kids ministry. So those are what we would say are vulnerable or sensitive positions where we have some of our most well-trained people, generally speaking. So most everybody on the team has gone through dispatch training and de-escalation training and all the different types of training that we offer. And SecurX is the central place where I keep track of all of that for all of those people. So when I come into SecurX as a event leader, I can quickly see who has signed up for that event. Typically, people sign up early in the week. It takes really just 2 or 3 taps on their mobile phone is generally what most people do. So it takes almost no time at all for a person to sign up to volunteer. And then sometime 12, 24 hours prior to the service, as an event lead, I'll go in and assign people to positions. So prior to the event, somebody can see, hey, this is where I'm supposed to be when I show up on Sunday morning. I don't have to check in with anybody. I check in with the app. I pull it up on my phone and just say that I'm here, I'm ready to go, I'm in my position. And that way the event lead knows that everybody's where they're supposed to be. But as the event lead, I can see what all those qualifications are right as soon as I log in. I can see with little icons who I have signed up and what everybody's skills are. And then from there, it takes me, 5 or 10 minutes to assign people to positions, so that, again, I have the right people in the right spots.
So it seems like it's a balance between you as a team leader setting things up so that people don't get put in the wrong place, right? We have the certain qualifications for certain jobs, and then it's on the team members to volunteer and to sign up, and that tracks all of that so that you can assign them later to the correct place. So it's both people, not just the team lead, but kind of everybody on the team interacts with this.
Yeah, that's how it works with most churches. There is the ability for an event leader, for example, to come in and assign people to a position. They can actually sign people up. I can go in and say, hey, I want Matt to serve at the 9 o'clock service on Sunday. Put your name in there, and then you would get an email saying, hey, you've been signed up for this service, and then you can go in and accept that or reject it. But typically, for most churches, people sign up whatever services they need to, whenever they want to volunteer. So sometimes people will volunteer for 2 services on a Sunday. Again, our church has expectations, requirements around how often people serve, and so again, generally it's up to the team member to go in and sign up. Usually, again, 3-4 days, a week or so before the service happens.
So you've mentioned that people can access this on their mobile devices. So is this a software that can be accessed from all over? Like, do I have to have a certain type of device to be able to access SecurX?
Nope, that's another good question. We do not have an app in the Apple Store or the Google Marketplace. This is a web-based app, so it will work on virtually any web browser. So if you use Chrome or Safari or Microsoft Edge, whatever you use to access the internet, and whatever device you use. So I can use it on a tablet computer. I can use it on a laptop or desktop. Again, most users, I think, are probably using it from a mobile phone. If you're really familiar with Apple or Android, you can take a website, an internet link, and put a shortcut to that on your desktop. So that's what most of our guys do. We have a shortcut. I have a shortcut on the home screen of my phone. Every time I open it up, I can tap on SecurX, and it opens up, and it behaves exactly like any other app that's on your phone.
Wonderful. So what do you think are the most valuable or the most important features if I'm thinking about using SecurX for my team? What are the things that I need to know that will save me the most time or be the most beneficial?
Yeah, I think for the end users, it's incredibly simple. Again, for an average user, a standard user on the platform, it makes it very, very easy to sign up and check in for a service. There's no ambiguity about where I'm supposed to serve on a Sunday morning. I show up and it says, hey, my position is front doors, my position is auditorium, or whatever. And so I know where I'm supposed to be. I don't have to find my event lead to say, hey, where do you need me this weekend? So it really streamlines things for your users. As an event lead, again, I have control over where I put people and who are the best people for the best positions. Take all that tribal knowledge and stuff that you're managing probably with spreadsheets today in terms of qualifications, and it's all just right there in the app in one spot. So as an event leader, it makes it really, really easy for me to get ready for a Sunday morning and make sure that people are in the right spots. And then lastly, I'd say as an administrator, I've got all kinds of reporting now. So I can see who's done training, who's not doing training. We have a system within the platform that are service credits. So you can manage it based on how many hours somebody volunteers. Again, at our church, we say one service is 1 credit, even though you might be there for 2 or 3 hours. So we get 3 credits a month, and I can manage all that. Again, I can report on all that through the platform. I can communicate with my team, so I can, take a group of people and copy their email addresses to the clipboard on my computer and then send them an email or a text message. So it just makes all of the things that I need to do from an administration perspective, puts it all in one spot and makes it super easy from an administrative perspective.
And if I'm understanding correctly, you can also track incident reports and important information that you want your team to know in there as well?
Yeah, that is one of the things that we've added is incident reports and alerts. So an alert would be like a bolo, being on the lookout for a particular individual, somebody that's got a restraining order, somebody that's expressed some sort of malintent for the church. So you can put alerts in there, and everybody on your team would immediately get that. Those are things that you probably wouldn't want to put in the church bulletin or on the church website, but for your secure people, the people that you trust, they're doing security for the team, they would get an alert on their phone saying, hey, there's a new alert that's been posted on SecurX. And then after something takes place, again, it could be a medical incident, it could be a safety related, security related incident. You can create incident reports that has the timeline, all the people that were involved. Could be people on the team that were involved, or other third parties, other staff from the church or whatever. But all of the pertinent details for it, just like you would see in a police report or something like that. All that information is again housed inside of SecurX. And only people that need access to that would have access to that.
That certainly sounds like you've thought of pretty much everything that a security team would need and captured it all in one app. So if somebody watching this video is interested in trying to see what SecurX will do, how it works, learn a little bit more about it, what's the best way that they can go about doing that?
Yeah, so I would reach out to myself, Gill Richard, through FBSN's chat portal. I'm happy to I'll get those notifications if you reach out to me there. My email address is there as well. You're welcome to drop me a line. I would love to do a demo with anybody who's interested. Again, if you're running a security team and it's a volunteer-led team, regardless of the size, I'd love to have a conversation with you and see if it might meet your needs and make your life a little bit easier. So happy to do a demo with anybody. If you go to securx.co, that is our website, and you can do a 30-day free trial from there if you would like. But again, I'd be happy to show you around first if you're so inclined.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Gill, for sitting down and talking with us today, and looking forward to seeing all the amazing things that SecurX does and continues to do. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it.